Tensions ran high tonight as the family whose dog was killed by an M44 met face-to-face with officials from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. KPVI News that works for you reporter Jason Borba was at the meeting. He joins us now live from the newsroom with more. And Jason, about how many people were there tonight?
Well, Matt, there was about 50 people who showed up to the protest on these cyanide traps, or bombs as many people have called them. And once they got inside the meeting, things got heated. That's how all the people who gathered outside of Idaho State University felt as they protested the Wildlife Service's use of M44s, or cyanide bombs, to help control coyote populations. But recently, these devices have put pets and people in danger and even led to death.
People who have been hurt by these in many states. It's not just about us. It's not about me, my family, my child, my dog. It's about all the other families, too, in the other states.
Many of the signs read, "Ban M44 cyanide bombs," or "M44s kill pets." People lined the streets to make sure their voice was heard as Wildlife Services got ready to make a presentation on the use of cyanide traps.
As long as I have children and have pets and are friends of the Mansfields, I'm going to continue to stand by their side and stand beside my children's side as well as my animals.
During their presentation, Wildlife Services answered questions about M44s, and they discussed how cyanide is a natural substance and a pesticide.
It sounds so much nicer to call it a pesticide, right? Just like you would use on your weeds and on your house, inside your house. But that's just them trying to dilute their responsibility.
I don't know who they think they're fooling. You know, they're telling people that cyanide is safe when everybody knows it's one of the deadliest poisons on earth. They're telling people it's natural when you can't go out in nature and find little pills of cyanide out there. There's nothing normal or natural or ethical about this kind of practice.
Protesters are afraid these meetings with Wildlife Services won't be beneficial, and cyanide traps will once again be used in Idaho.
We're Idahoan. We want to hike, we want to bike, we want to climb. We don't want to worry about cyanide bombs.
Wildlife Services says it's authorized to use M44 devices in 16 states. The devices were banned in all private, state, and federal lands in those 16 states, but the ban was lifted under new guidelines except for in Idaho. Wildlife Services says they won't decide whether or not to lift the ban in Idaho until their investigation in Pocatello is over.